viewers, how you doing? It's time to learn how to drive the Class 350 on West Coast Main Line. So let's wander over here and climb in the door. Just click on the door to open it up and sidle up next to it to get in on the ladder. Now this has already got its batteries on, so this is a warm start like it nearly always is. I want to turn on some safety systems. Vigilance first, which just pokes you every now and again to make sure that you are awake. TPWS and AWS, so if you approach an adverse signal and don't acknowledge it, it will stop you. If you approach a red too fast, it will stop you. And the driver safety device, which if you stand up, it will stop you. Ooh, paddles. Could use them. Right, let's sit down in the driver's chair. We are in Bletchley sidings at the moment. Next up, I want to turn our headlights to daylight. I want to put in our master key and turn it on. And I want to move our reverser to the forward position. There we go. I've acknowledged all the bleepy things. GSMR is waking up. Very good. Contact signaler is on the phone here. There is a blind if you want to use it. You can open the windows if you wish. And this is one of the few that you can open them part way if you want to. It's a nice little addition. There's a whole bunch of other controls on here that do various things, but nothing that's particularly important in your learning journey at the moment, apart from DRA. So if you're sitting in a platform with a red signal or anywhere with a red signal, you can turn the DRA on and you won't be able to take power until you turn it off again. It's the driver's reminder appliance. Alright, we have the horn, but we don't need that because this is England and we don't sound our horns very much here. We have the power and brake controller handle, so this direction is a braking range and you can see the brakes go on. So if we watch the various gauges, you can see there's electric braking going on this gauge, and you can see over here we've got air braking going on with the red needle going up to about 2 bar. So let's just release that and we'll see it will go back to 0. Pull it in this direction and you get power. So you just pull it towards you and we start the car alarm. Oops, no traction motors. We're going off to tring in 15 miles time. We're only allowed to do 5 miles an hour here, which is almost as boring as an American train yard where you can only do 5 miles an hour as well. We'll just pretend we're doing 5 miles an hour and we're not doing nearly 10. Honest. We're not. Just relax. It's okay. The Class 350 is an unbranded beastie. Unfortunately, the licensing was not available. We saw in the early previews and some screenshots that it was branded in the London and Northwestern, I think it was, from memory. That railway is going through a bit of an upheaval and is potentially going to be nationalised. So I can understand why things happened the way they did. Now I know we're supposed to go to Tring and we're not supposed to stop in this station, but I am going to stop in this station just because I want to show you how to do it. I'm also going to continue to ignore the 5 mile an hour limit and continue to accelerate so I can show you how to stop. The AWS is about to go beep. See? It's just letting you know there's a green signal ahead of us. Alright, so let's just say we were stopping in this platform. Just gradually put some brakes on, stop up near the end of the platform, and we'll ignore that the rail driver just changed the headlights because the rail driver's naughty. And open our doors with the usual key, which is the U key, or alternately you can use the buttons down here for right hand doors, close with the blue, and the buttons over here for left hand doors, close with the blue. And of course no one's going to get in here, so I will close the doors again and we can drive. Alright, brakes coming off, let's give it some power. Got a green signal right in front of us, and off we go. Right, you're supposed to do 30 through here. So naughty today. Now at the next station we come to, whatever that might be, I'll stop and show you how to change ends. And if the alerter goes off at some point, I'll acknowledge it the first time to show you that, and the second time I'll let it stop the train so I can show you how to recover. Alright, we're allowed to do 75 miles an hour, so let's just put it into power 4. It's not a slug, this one, but it's not a Grand Prix car either. Contact signal is up here on the phone if you need it. And you can shut the door if you want. And lock yourself into your little position. But that's a little claustrophobic, so I don't think I would. Paddles. Hopefully at some point the alerter will go beep 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 beep. Soon. Maybe. Hopefully. Let's watch the train. There's not much to driving this one. It's like any of the other electric trains. It's pretty simple stuff, really. The AWS is about to go beep. See? There's the alerter, so I've acknowledged that with the Q key. You'd use B or circle, depending on your controller flavour. There's some of the fresh new graffiti that we're seeing in Train Sim World 5 for the first time. It's not the same old stuff we've had for many releases now. It's got some fresh stuff. Miles to Tring. I'm hoping the alerter will sound again before we get too much over 100 mile an hour, because 100 mile an hour is the maximum speed for this train. There goes the alerter. I'm not going to answer it, I'm just going to let it stop us, and it should apply the brakes soon. There they go. So we respond to that by putting the power and brake controller, put it up to near enough the maximum of braking without going into emergency. Wait till the train comes to a stand. Fix what the rail driver's doing there. Driven 3.5 miles. Used the wipers. Did I really? I don't think so. Let's reset that. Oh, the rail driver's done it. Now you've done it. Let's just put the wipers back to off. Thank you, rail driver, for your help. Rail driver is a desktop rail control. Alright, so we've acknowledged that, and now we can just release the brakes, and we can drive. Now, I notice coming up there's a adverse signal at caution. I'm hoping it's still... Thanks, rail driver. Can we just have those on off, thanks? You know, just leave them there. The rail driver implementation in Train Sim World is a little... I like having the thing. I'd love to be able to turn off some of its features that aren't implemented all that well. But I can't, so I just have to put up with what it does, or drive with a controller, which I sometimes do. When we get to this yellow signal up here, normally you would acknowledge it with the Q key or B or circle on your controller. I'm just going to see if there's two, because if there's two, I will acknowledge it. If there's not two, I don't think there's two. Yes, there are two. Okay, if this is a double yellow, I'm going to acknowledge it. And if it's a single yellow, I'm not. Alright, it does appear to be a double yellow, and there goes the alerter. There goes AWS. I'm acknowledging that. We can see the sunflowers come on to give us a reminder. I'm just going to throttle off. I'm not going to acknowledge... Ooh, it's just gone green. Alright, let's keep the power on then. I'm not going to acknowledge the next yellow signal, so we must be catching up with a stopping service, I think. And the next yellow one that we hit, I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'll go hands off. and we'll let it stop the train so I can show you how to recover from a TPWS brake demand. I can see the next signal is green, the one after that is yellow, so there's probably a train in the platform there. Or just left. Just left more likely, I think. Hopefully we're going a bit quicker than it is so that this signal stays yellow. Yellow. That's what we want. Yes, look, it's looking good. If that train doesn't leave the next block, it'll be okay. And we're at the magnet, so we should get an adverse AWS, and we have. And that should stop the train. There we go. So we can see the brake demand light has come on down here. Oh, we've got the alerter as well. Well, we'll just let it stop the train. I'm going to put the power and brake controller back into the braking range. And we're just going to sit here now and let it yell at us. Now that we've had the brake demand light come on, we'll have to wait for a minute. Fortunately, we can acknowledge all of the alarms, so at least we can have some peace. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the PBC into the off position so we can wait for the minute, and that light will then go out. It is a little bit hard to see that it's on, but it is. This light is on. So it's holding the brakes at the moment. So in the meantime, let's look at trains. There's one coming. It's either an Electrostar or a 350. It looks like it might be a 350. Let's get down nice and low and watch it come past. I think it's on this track. I'm not going to worry about our train running over us, because it won't. Here it comes. I'm so glad they got the sound right on these ones, because they only make the car alarm noise for a little while. There we go, the minute's passed. Our brakes have come off and we have actually started to roll. So we can now accelerate. That's about all you really need to know for this one. There is a platform coming up, so what I'm going to do is stop in that platform and I'll show you the change ends procedure. Because just as I'm saying that's all you need to know, I just realised, no, it's not. You need to know how to change ends. It's pretty rare that you'll actually do it in service mode, but, you know, it doesn't hurt. And if you're one of these people like me that likes to finish the service and then go back into free roam, back into the chair, and set the train up for the next trip, and possibly even take the next trip, then good. Alright, let's pull up as though we're meant to stop at this station, even though we're not meant to. Lovely, that person's standing in front of the yellow line there. It's a little bit better than the Electrostar at braking, but not a lot, so it's still in greasy pig territory. Alright, so let's get the doors open while we're doing this. What we're going to do now. Now, in reality, you'd actually put on the DRA, but it doesn't always do what you'd expect on these trains. Let's just turn off our cab instrument lights. And we want to put our reverser into the off position. Come on, you. How is it making me acknowledge that? Okay. I had to put it back into the forward position to acknowledge the AWS that mysteriously went off then. Let's close our window up. And get our door open. And we can get out of here. So we mysteriously walk through the seat. And we'll whip up to the other end of the train. Oh, here's one of the new character traits. People talking on their phone. This is kind of cool. I'm glad you can't hear whatever their inane conversation actually is, and man, she's got big teeth. I'm getting out of here before she bites me. Robot. You can go in through the end doors. You don't have to go through the side doors if you want to. Let's just drop down here. We're going to confuse everybody now. So, master key in and on. And let's just hop out of the chair for a moment. Let's come over here and turn our safety systems on, because you have to do this at both ends of the train. It does remember, so if you go back up the other end, they'll still be on up that end. Alright, let's get our reverser into forwards and acknowledge that. And headlights we want to put onto Daylight, there we go. And cab instruments plus desk. And that's pretty much it. So you shut the doors. And if this doesn't confuse the game, nothing will. You have interlock, brakes are releasing, and we can now drive. And go back where we came from. I'm not actually going to do it because it'll probably explode in a cloud of smoke in a moment. Because the signalling system would certainly not be expecting me to do this. So that's it for this tutorial. Shutting down, process again, power brake to maximum, the reverser to start it again. That might actually be an issue because when you go to the off position, the AWS sounds. Anyway, I'll report that if I can reproduce it properly with some steps, and we'll take it from there. But that's it. We're finished with the train, so all good. Have fun with your Electrostar. Well, it looks like my tail lights are on. Oh, that's because I turned it off probably without turning the headlights off. That's fine. But anyway, that's it for the Class 350. So if you've got any questions, chuck them down below. This is a funny station name, isn't it? Leighton Buzzard. I know someone named Leighton, and a buzzard describes him so well. He'll probably see this now and he'll go, oi! But anyway, that's fine. If you've got any questions or comments, chuck them down below and I'll see what I can do to help you out. If this has helped you, give it a like and a subscribe to the channel. There's tons of other tutorials to watch in the playlist. And that's it for now. So, see you later. Bye.
We played a game.